Class, in this video, I will be discussing the first part of the lesson, the concept of the Newton's laws of motion. So in this lesson, we'll be stating the 3 laws of motion and apply this by solving problems related to laws of motion. Okay, so we define force as a push or a pull. Push or pull. Okay, but of course in physics we have to quantify it, we find the value. So this is a quantitative measure of the interaction between two bodies. So when this body, okay, is on the table, there's an interaction between this, okay, towards the table, and the table towards the object, okay, and that is measured in force. This is a vector quantity. It's important to identify the direction, because later on you'll be applying vector addition. But there are certain things that you have to remember in getting the direction. One is you can apply the Cartesian plane, but not all the time. Okay, north is positive, east is positive, south and west. But then when we do the force, the laws of motion, take note that if the direction of the force and the acceleration are the same, then we can say that the force is positive. Okay? Kapag same sila ng direction. When several forces act on the body, then we get the sum of the vectors. That is called the resultant or the net force. So, halimbawa, may isang object, tapos may iba't ibang force, applied force, frictional force, normal force, and the weight, okay, or the M times G. So, we get the sum, and the summation will be called the net force. So, we represent net force as F net, or summation of forces. So this is under dynamics. When we say dynamics, it's the study of forces and their effect on motion. Okay. The other one is statics. This talks about objects that are at rest and forces acting on it. So we have 2 types of forces, contact or non-contact forces. Obviously, even contact, meron silang they touch each other. Okay, so 2 surfaces touch each other. What are these examples? So we have the applied force. Siyempre, para ma-apply mo yung force or itulak mo yung isang bagay, you have to be in contact with it. Okay? Next, frictional force. This is present when 2 objects scratch. Okay? Or 2 surfaces scratch with each other. And take note that it is always opposite the motion. So if we have here a moving ball, okay, kung dito siya papunta, si frictional force ay opposite. Laging kabaliktaran. F sub k meaning kinetic friction. Okay? So, ito yung kanyang applied force. So, it will also accelerate that way. Next is tensional force. When we say tensional force, these are force present in ropes or cables. Okay? So, kapag nakahang yung object, nakatali lang, tension to, hindi to nakakabit sa surface. Okay? Pag naman nasa floor or nasa surface, that is normal force, which is a support force, okay, which that is exerted by the surface to prevent it from passing through each other when in contact. So, halimbawa, nakaupo ka. Sa upuan, yung weight mo, suportahan ka ng upuan kung gaano kakabigat. Okay? Para di ka dun tumagos. So, ganun siya. Next is air resistance. So, we have here, of course, this is a frictional force existing in air. Okay. Next, we have the type of forces that are non-contact. So, when we say non-contact, these are forces acting at a distance. These are the fundamental forces in physics. So you have first the gravitational force. The earth exerts force towards you. pulling you towards the center of the earth. Okay, so weight is equal to the mass times the acceleration due to gravity. And the direction is always towards the center of the earth. So in our case, downwards or towards the ground. Next, electromagnetic force. These are force acting on charged particles. Okay. Strong nuclear force are forces that binds the protons and neutrons at the nucleus of the atom. So, it's difficult to split the protons and neutrons due to the strong nuclear force. Okay? That's why when you do splitting or nuclear fission, it would release a great amount of energy. Okay? Because of this strong nuclear force. And lastly, the weak nuclear force, this applies to a radioactive decay of element. For example, half-life of carbon-14. Okay, so there's a weak nuclear force that allows it to decay. Okay, so we'll be talking about forces, and one of the basic force that acts on the object is the weight. Okay, lahat ng object ay may bigat. Okay, what's the difference between mass and weight? So when we say weight, okay, this is a force, while mass is amount of substance. Okay, so when we say mass, ito yung bumubuo sa isang object. Okay, yung particles, kukunin natin yung mga atomic masses or weight na nandyan at yun yung kanyang mass. While weight refers to the force, okay, applied by Earth towards this object with a mass. So basically, that is the mass multiplied by the acceleration due to gravity, because this is the measure of how object will act when being pulled by the Earth. Okay, so ayan siya. Okay, weight is m times g, directed downwards or towards the ground or towards the center of the Earth. So take note that this is a vector quantity, indicate the direction, okay, product of mass, and so on. So for the unit, because this is force, weight is equal to mass times g. Mass is in kilograms. This is in meter per second squared. Okay, so ito yung unit niya, or simply newtons. Okay, which is a measure of force. Okay, next, it's very important to draw the free body diagram. Okay, from this day onwards or from this topic onwards, you have to draw the free body diagram. So the free body diagram shows the direction of all the forces. Because remember, we'll do vector addition. So when we do vector addition, kailangan you'd go first with the summation of forces or forces along x. Okay, di ba para kang nagko-component method along x-axis, and then forces along y. Basically, y component. So, ganyan mo siya i-add. Then, from there, you can get the net force. Okay? So, you have to, instead of box, maybe, just draw a dot. Okay? Which will serve as our origin. Okay, that will be coming from the object to analyze. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, situation 1. A book is at rest on top of the table. Sketch the free body diagram of the book. So when it's on the table, take note the normal force acts on it. So we have here directed downward, which is the weight. It always acts on the object. And the normal force is directed upward. In this case, again, normal force on flat surface. So when we have normal force on flat surface, that will be equal to the weight. Okay? So equal siya sa weight, which is m times g. So kung equal sila pero opposite in direction, one will be positive, the other one is negative. Okay? So, the net force is equal to the normal force, positive, is going upwards, plus the negative W, or basically N minus weight. Okay? So, dahil equal but opposite in direction, F net is 0. Okay? So, let me write that. Equal but opposite in direction. Okay. So, the forces will be balanced. They will cancel out each other. So, that means the net force is 0. Okay? So, instead of Fg, you just write M times G para magulo. Now, let's try this other one. So, rightward force is applied to a book at rest and it moves across the desk. So, with that, kapag may applied force na siya, so it will be pushed here and that is applied force. And consider frictional force as well. So, take note na kapag may frictional force, opposite the direction. Okay? So, dito yung mag-act, tapos opposite. So, andito yung frictional force. And of course, meron pa rin siyang normal force, the support force, and meron pa din siyang weight. Okay? So, kung kukunin natin yon, this is your normal force, the weight of the object, applied force is going this way, and the frictional force this way. Okay? F sub k, kasi kinetic friction, nagmo-move. So, that is the free body diagram. Okay. In this example, it no longer be summation of forces is equal to 0. Okay? So, now, may force ka na ngayon. Net force. F net could be a positive or a negative value. Okay? Usually positive kasi we take the positive direction. So, kung saan mas malakas yung force, yun yung kinoconsider natin. Okay? So, ayan, note that applied force is an arrow going this way. Frictional force is opposite. Gravitational force or the weight or M times G. Okay? So, if we have here a skydiver falling with a constant velocity, air resistance. So, yung air resistance mag-a-act sa kanya, opposite naman. Okay. So, para lang yung normal force. So, air resistance upward. And then we have the weight. Ayan. The gravity or the acceleration due to gravity is present, pulling it downward towards the center of the earth. Next, occurrence out of gas, goes and stop. Okay, draw the free body diagram. So here, ang nag-act na lang sa kanya dahil nag-stop na siya or at rest. Normal force, frictional force, weight, and then the frictional force. There will still be frictional force here, but the frictional force is a static friction. Okay, we'll have a separate discussion for friction, but we have two types, F sub k, kinetic if it's moving, and F sub s, static, for objects at rest. Okay, so ayan, practice na lang yung iba. Now, let's talk about the laws of motion, conceptually. So, the first one is the first law of motion. It's known as the law of inertia. It states that an object at rest remains at rest and an object in motion will remain in motion unless acted by unbalanced force. Yun yung pagkakaalala natin. But take note to mention also a moving object with constant velocity. So, we have two conditions for this. So, the first condition is that an object at rest. Okay, first law. I always tell my student to interpret the law of motion rather than to memorize the statement. So, the first law of motion talks about two scenarios. One is the object at rest, and the other one is object in motion with moving with constant velocity. Constant velocity. Okay. So what's common between these two is that the acceleration is equal to 0 meter per second squared. Remember, kapag ka-at rest, obviously walang motion, zero acceleration. If we have constant velocity, no change, therefore no acceleration because our acceleration is change in velocity over time. So if there's no change, so 5 meter per second minus 5 meter per second, kasi constant, that will be 0. Okay? So, the first law of motion talks about balanced forces. If the forces are balanced, therefore, the summation of all the forces will be equal to 0. Okay? So, kahit ilan pa yung force na nag-a-act dyan, kapag balance naman yung mga yan, halimbawa, the weight of the object downwards will be equal to the normal force acted by the floor. So, the summation of forces is equal to 0 as well. Okay? Yeah. So, this shows also the conditions in equilibrium. So, the object is in equilibrium if the acceleration is 0. Okay? So, kahit, of course, yung at rest is in equilibrium. Okay? It's not moving, so nothing is changing. If the object is moving constantly, okay, nothing is changing, then it is also in equilibrium. Okay? When will it stop? Unless acted by unbalanced force. Pag sinabing unless acted by unbalanced force, doon papasok yung second law of motion. Okay? Unless acted by unbalanced force. Unbalanced force. Then, kapag may unbalanced force na, second law of motion na yun. Okay. So, as a summary, so we have here two conditions in equilibrium. One is that the object is at rest and the object is moving with constant velocity. Velocity, so meaning the direction and the speed are the same. Inertia is defined as the tendency to keep the state. Okay, the state of motion. Okay, so it's like momentum, but momentum is inertia in motion. Diba, when you say you are in your momentum, you want to continue what you're doing. So, that is inertia, the tendency to keep the state of motion. Okay. So, if it's at rest, it want to remain at rest. Okay. So, kapag naman moving lang siya, gusto niya lang moving. Pag ginalaw mo yon, papasok ang second law of motion. So, Newton's first law of motion. So, we have here these two examples. So, if this one, I think this is hockey. So, it would be moving this way. And then, we have here the applied force. Okay. So, to apply a balanced force, another, what's this? I forgot what it's called. Basta yung ginagamit na pang stop dun sa ball. Okay? It should apply a force equal to this but should be acted on an opposite direction. Okay? Hence, still, the forces are 0. Okay? So, when the summation of forces of a body is equal to 0, automatically the forces along the x-axis is equal to 0 and the forces along the y-axis is 0. That's the first law of motion. Okay? And apply the free body diagram in solving problems. So, an object that is stationary is at rest. Therefore, it's only the weight and the normal force that acts on it. Okay. So, because they are equal but opposite in direction, they cancel out each other. So, normal force is equal to the weight. Still, summation of forces is equal to 0. Balanced forces. This one, object moving in a constant velocity or speed. So, it's moving this way. applied force, and there's also a frictional force acting opposite. The normal force is present, and then the weight. Normal force and weight is always present if it's lying on a surface. Okay? Concept of inertia, the tendency to preserve the state of motion, as I have mentioned. Inertia depends on the mass. The greater the mass, the greater the inertia. Okay? So basically, pag mas mabigat, mas mahirap i-change or palitan yung state of motion. Which of these two has greater inertia? 1 kilogram cotton or 1 kilogram nail? They would have the same inertia because they have the same mass. Okay? Next, second law of motion. So, I have mentioned, after the first law, kapag pumasok na yung sinasabi na unless acted by unbalanced force, now we're talking about the movement of the object and it would start to accelerate. Okay? So, the second law of motion is the law of acceleration. It says that when you apply the force towards the body that is unbalanced to everything that it experiences. Second law of motion. Law of acceleration. Kapag nag-apply ka ng unbalanced force, meaning hindi na equal dun sa mga present sa kanya kanina, it would accelerate. It would change its motion. Okay? So, how do we define the acceleration? Because we're applying force, acceleration is dependent on two objects. So, force and mass. Okay? Acceleration is directly proportional to the force. Let's start with force. The greater the force you apply, the greater the acceleration will be. Okay? It is inversely proportional to the mass. When the object is heavier, it's difficult to accelerate. Okay? Combining these two will lead us to the formula. Acceleration is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the mass. Okay? So, that will be A is equal to F over M. If we want to solve for the F cross multiply, F is equal to ME. And if there will be several forces acting on the body, we get the net force. So, the net force is equal to M times A. Okay, so take note of these two formula. So again, take notes. It is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the mass. Okay. So when the body is now moving, it is no longer be considered in equilibrium. Hence, it is accelerating. Okay, and how do we compute for the acceleration? Again, A is equal to force over M. Example, a worker pushes a box of 40 kilogram mass with constant force of 20 Newton. What is the component of the acceleration of the system along the y-axis and along the x-axis? So first thing is to draw the free body diagram. So we have here the normal force, the weight, and the applied force. So we have this. So along the y-axis, what can you say about the forces? The forces along the y-axis is 0. Why? Because they are equal but opposite in direction. While the forces along the x-axis is equal to 20 newtons. Ito lang yung nag-a-act sa kanya. Then, we solve for the acceleration. Okay, so there's no acceleration along the y-axis, but we have acceleration along the x-axis. So we can solve A is equal to F over M. Force is 20 newtons over 40 kilograms. So that will be 1/2 or 0.5 meter per second square. Okay. Now, is there a net force acting on the system? Yes. Okay. The net force will be equal to this one. There's no force along the y, but we have here. So, our net force is 20 newtons. Okay? There. So there's no component along the X. This is for letter A only. So there's no component along the y-axis here. What's the component along the y-axis? So we have no component. Ito yan. For letter B, what's the component along, what's the acceleration along the x-axis? So ito yung ating x-axis. So we're able to solve that. Ito yon. Kaya acceleration is 0.5 meter per second. And lastly, is there's a net force? Again, we say yes. The net force will be the 20 newtons. Okay. So kahit i-disregard nyo na to, ito na lang. Okay. Wala sa y, meron sa f sub x. And lastly, the third law of motion, the law of interaction, states that when two objects interact, they exert forces towards each other, which are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So forces will be zero, will still be zero. But then take note that this is applied to different objects. So there will be two bodies involved. Okay? Yeah. So the same amount of force will be the reaction. So halimbawa, here, sa rocket, it will be pushed downward, so it goes up. Okay, that's one. Another example is the normal force acting on the object. So we have here, okay, the force, the weight of the object downwards, and the normal force supporting the apple. Do you think they are action-reaction? Yes, they are. Okay. So ayan, when the diver dive off the diving board, so it moves downward, siya naman ay tataas. Opposite. Okay, let's solve some problems. 1. What is the net force acting on a 50 kilogram box resting on the floor? So we So we don't draw first, and then we do the free body diagram. So we have here the box on the floor. So take note that the weight acts on it, m times g, and then we have here the normal force. So for the FBB, may origin, may normal force, at my weight. Okay, kapag may weight, they are equal but opposite in direction. So the summation of forces is equal to the normal force plus negative weight. Basically, normal force minus the weight. Knowing that weight is equal to m times g, so that will be 50 kilograms multiplied by 9.81 meter per second squared. What is 50 times 9.81? 50 times 9.81. 490.5 kilogram meter per second squared, or basically 490.5 newtons. Sabi natin, normal force equals weight on flat surface. Kasi pag nasa inclined plane, iba na yung value. So we just substitute that. That will be summation of forces is equal to 490.5 newtons minus 490.5 newtons. So summation of forces is equal to 0. First law of motion, the object is at rest, so the summation of forces is 0. Alright? Next. Let's have it as the last one. Okay. So, we have here 140 gram icebox slips on a frictionless. Di pa natin dinidiscuss yung friction. From rest, attaining a velocity of 4 meter per second in 4.5 seconds. So, what is the acceleration? What is the net force? And then another condition is that we have friction now. But this is in a value. Okay, so let's draw that. If you know yung ice hockey or air hockey, So, may hockey puck, tapos, diba, pinupush yon. So, here, sabihin natin na, ano pa lang siya. So, may applied force, F applied, pero wala pa siyang, situation 1, wala pa siyang friction. Okay? But, it's moving already, so let's identify the given. Initial velocity is 0 meter per second because it's at rest. Final velocity is equal to 4.0 meter per second after traveling for 4.5 seconds. Question, what is the acceleration? So we are asked to find acceleration. So to solve this, we'll review the kinematic equation. So remember, acceleration is the change in velocity. So final velocity minus initial velocity over time. So the final velocity is 4.0 meter per second minus 0 meter per second divided by 4.5 seconds. So acceleration, solve, 4 divided by 4.5, 0.89 meter per second square. Now that we have the acceleration, we can solve for the net force. So second law of motion, the summation of force is equal to m times a. Our summation of force is also net force. The mass should be in kilograms. So mass is equal to 1.40 grams. So this is equal to, remove it, times 10 to the negative 3. So we have here that's scientific notation, times 10 to the negative 3 kilograms. So that is 1.40 times 10 to the negative 3 kg multiplied by 0.89 meter per second squared. So the summation of force at this point is 1.40 exponent negative 3 times 0.89. 0.001246 or 1.2425 times 10 to the negative 3 newtons. Okay, so first we get the acceleration using kinematic equation. Next we get the net force using the second law of motion. And for 3, it says here that the same puck enters an area that is no more frictionless. So with that, naging frictionless na, pero nagmo-move na siya. So may applied force ka na dito equal to 1.25, or kung gusto niyo decimal, okay lang din, 0.00125 Newton. And take note that friction will act opposite that, so Fk. Meron tayong normal force, so I'll try to redraw. Ito yun. So meron tayong applied force, frictional force, normal force, and the m times g. But these two are equal and opposite in direction, so they cancel out. Okay, so we don't have summation of forces along the y. Now we get the summation of forces along the x. So ano yung forces along the x? So si Fa, positive, yung kinetic friction, opposite. So negative. So that will be 0.00125 minus the given friction is 0.000. Ito. So that's additional for letter C. 0.0005 newtons. What will be the answer? Equals minus 0.005. 0.000746. Okay? I subtracted it. Yeah. Summation of force, pwedeng scientific notation. 7.46 times 10 to the negative 4 newtons. Okay? So basically, 1 is to solve for the acceleration using kinematic equations, and then solve for the force using second law of motion. Then the next thing is to draw the free body diagram. Okay? So that's it for now. solve for other sample problems and self-paced practice problems.